Pause for a moment before you say anything else to yourself. Listen carefully. The voice inside your head is not just background chatter. It is the control panel of your entire existence. Every time you tell yourself you can't, you lock yourself inside a cage. Every time you say you will, you hand yourself the key. If waking up feels like a weight pressing down on you, it is not because life is conspiring against you. It is because your inner dialogue has been quietly drawing lines of limitation, and your mind has been faithfully following the blueprint. Starting right now, that ends. This is the moment where wishing stops and commanding begins. From here forward, you don't merely hope for change, you speak change into existence. You do not ask the universe timidly for permission, you instruct it with authority. Imagine your mind as a transmitter, every thought sending a broadcast. Tune into fear and you magnetize hesitation and delay. Tune into confidence and opportunities, allies, and breakthroughs begin to appear. Understand this, your words are not casual remarks. They are orders that your subconscious treats as law. Say it to yourself now, calmly and firmly. I am no longer repeating my old story. I am writing a new one. I speak with power, I build with power, I live empowered. You are about to learn how to program your own mind so that the future feels you approaching long before you arrive. You will learn to inject energy into your statements so belief becomes unshakable, to repeat them until your subconscious mind adopts them as truth, and to declare them until your behavior reflects them. This is not just pep talk. It is a method, a system of short, strong, daily commands that even your tired self can follow. Take a breath right now, loosen your shoulders, exhale the tension, and send your destiny its first official order. I am made for greatness. I am unbreakable. I give my life the command to rise. Let's turn your inner voice into the engine that carries you forward. Every human walks through life with a constant narrator inside. Sometimes it shouts, sometimes it whispers, but it never stops. That inner dialogue is not just an observation, it is an instruction manual. The quality of your external reality will never rise higher than the quality of your inner conversation. Think about a record-breaking athlete. Do you think he stands in front of the mirror saying he's slow and weak? No, he repeats to himself that he is strong, prepared, and fast. The visionary entrepreneur who creates massive success does not mutter, "I'm not sure I can do this." She wakes every day repeating, "I create value, I attract possibilities, I deserve success." These phrases are not just pleasant thoughts. They are construction plans for the life that follows. Napoleon Hill called this autosuggestion, feeding the subconscious with words charged with so much emotion and repetition that they harden into reality. Neuroscience proves this works. Your brain doesn't merely hear what you say, it literally rewires itself around those statements. Speak weakness repeatedly and your brain primes you for hesitation. Speak strength and your brain begins programming you for courage. The law is simple. The language you use becomes the commands your subconscious executes. That is why what you tell yourself ultimately builds or destroys your destiny. Your subconscious cannot distinguish truth from falsehood. It only obeys repeated emotional input. Say, "I can't," over and over, and your mind will block the creative solutions you need. Say, "I will," with certainty, and your subconscious scans the world, pulls in opportunities, and fuels your behavior toward making it real. This is why so many people remain stuck, not because they lack talent or potential, but because their inner voice continually reinforces limits. The most dangerous prison isn't made of metal. It's built from sentences of self-doubt. Each phrase you repeat is like signing a contract with your future. Tell yourself you're always broke, and you've just signed an agreement with poverty. Tell yourself nothing good ever happens, and you've just signed an agreement with disappointment. Speak, "I attract opportunity every single day," and you've just signed a contract with abundance. You won't always see the results immediately, but remember that words are seeds. What you plant in your mind today will inevitably grow into your reality tomorrow. Growth is not instant, but it is certain. The problem is most people let their words run wild like weeds. They let frustration, fear, and comparison take over their inner speech. They stare at bills and say, "I'll never escape this." They fail once and say, I must not be good enough. They meet obstacles and declare, this is impossible. And because they declare it, it becomes true. They do not realize that every emotionally charged phrase is a command, and their mind is simply following orders. Negativity acts like a virus. The subconscious never stops listening, never stops obeying. So how do you take the steering wheel back? It starts with awareness. You must catch yourself in the act of speaking limitation. When you hear yourself say, I can't, I'll never, I'm not enough, stop mid-sentence. Replace them immediately with, I can, I will, I am becoming. It will feel strange at first because your old mental programming will resist. But repetition is stronger than resistance. Each time you swap a weak phrase for a powerful one, you carve a new groove into your brain. Over time, those grooves become mental highways where your thoughts travel automatically. Picture two people with the same goal. Both want financial freedom. One wakes up grumbling that it's too difficult, that luck is never on his side, that the system is rigged. His subconscious nods and obeys. He trudges through his day blind to opportunities and ultimately proves himself right. The other wakes up declaring, I am disciplined, I add value, money flows to me through service. Her subconscious also nods and obeys. She takes bold action, sees openings where others see dead ends, and step by step she builds her freedom. Both started with the same external circumstances. Their words built two entirely different futures. The most transformative shift you can make is to speak as if what you want already exists. Don't say, I will become confident. Say, I am confident. Don't say, someday I will succeed. Say, I am already successful. Your subconscious responds to identity, not future intention. When you speak in the present tense, you collapse the distance between now and your desired outcome. Your behavior begins to match the new reality. This is what separates ordinary people from those who break through. The average beg life to improve, while the uncommon issue commands. Your tone must be that of authority, not a timid request. Speak your truth with firmness until your own ears believe you. Choose 3 phrases right now and repeat them aloud with full energy. I am worthy. I create opportunity every single day. I persist until I win. Say them 5 times each. Hear the strength in your own voice. This is not silly. This is mental conditioning. Each repetition is a hammer stroke forging a new identity. Look around you. Every building, every bridge, every invention existed as spoken words before it was ever built. Before the first brick was laid, someone said, this is possible. And because that statement gave life to belief, action followed. But language doesn't just build. It can also tear down. A single statement said with passion can either build a palace in your future or smash the foundation of your dreams. That is why your self-talk is never neutral. It is either construction or destruction. Say out loud, I am capable. Notice how your chest expands, how your body straightens. Your mind begins searching for proof that you are right. Repeat that phrase every morning for a month, and your subconscious will start directing your choices to match. It will whisper encouragement when you want to quit. It will nudge you toward possibilities you previously ignored. Your words act like an architect's pen, drawing the blueprint your life will follow. But the opposite is also true. Say, I can't do this, and your mind will search for reasons why it's true, magnify every obstacle, and hand you every excuse until you finally surrender. Every time you declare, I'm not good enough, you are swinging a wrecking ball against the very scaffolding of your potential. Most people do not realize how often they sabotage themselves with casual remarks. They mutter things like, I'm unlucky, nothing works for me, not knowing they are signing a silent contract with failure. Destructive language works like termites, quiet but relentless, eating away at the foundation of your belief, until one day the whole structure collapses. There is no such thing as harmless venting when it comes to self-talk. Your subconscious treats every word as instruction. Every phrase you utter lays a brick or removes one. History shows us that greatness is built through declarations. The pioneers, the leaders, the inventors of the past were not just thinkers, they were speakers. Edison declared he would find light. Ford insisted he would create a car for everyone. Mandela vowed that freedom would become reality. Those were not random thoughts. They were commands that mobilized the mind and called allies and opportunities into alignment. Meanwhile, millions speak the language of defeat every day. It's too late. It's too hard. Who am I to try? And those words become their cage. Here is your challenge for the next 24 hours. Write down every negative phrase you catch yourself saying. I'm stressed. I can't do this. I never get a break. Next to each one, write a new phrase of power. Replace I can't with I will find a way. Replace I'm stressed with I am learning to thrive under pressure. Replace I don't know with I am open to answers. You will be shocked by how much destruction your words were causing and how quickly you can rebuild with new ones. Speak in the present tense, not the future. Say, I am succeeding right now. Your subconscious will believe it is happening and will organize your thoughts and actions to match. Think of your mind as a builder who never sleeps. It does not debate your commands. It simply executes them. If you give it weak, vague orders, you get weak, vague results. If you give it clear and powerful orders, it builds powerfully. Identity is everything. You cannot keep saying, I'm shy, I'm unlucky, I'm not enough, and expect to become confident and successful. Your words are forming your self-image, and your self-image determines your choices. Start saying, I am bold, I am abundant, I am powerful. Your subconscious will then arrange your habits, decisions, and even the opportunities that cross your path to match this new picture. Stop postponing your greatness with words like someday and maybe. Those words keep you waiting on a future that never arrives. Say it now. Claim it now. I am successful. I am disciplined. I am unstoppable. This creates urgency and calls your actions to rise immediately. Think of identity like a statue carved over time. Every repetition chisels another line, and emotion sets the carving in stone. When you declare with conviction, your subconscious receives the message as fact. Over time, it becomes who you are. Your words are the construction crew of your destiny. Speak carefully. Speak intentionally. Every phrase is a tool, every declaration a beam holding up the structure of your life. Repeat them daily with energy until they feel undeniable, because what you repeat consistently, you eventually become. Start today by choosing 3 powerful I am statements that describe the version of yourself you are stepping into. For instance, you might say, I am a masterful builder of wealth. I am a courageous leader who motivates and uplifts. I am relentless in the chase for my dreams. Speak these declarations out loud every morning with energy and intensity as if you are announcing them to the world. Face the mirror when you do it. Don't say them as though you're wishing for them. Deliver them as commands to yourself and to your future. Repeat them again before you sleep so they are the last thing your subconscious mind hears for the night. Make this a ritual, and you will notice that within a few weeks, your choices, behaviors, even the way you carry yourself will begin to shift to match the person you are describing. Your old self will not step aside quietly, though. It will fight for its survival. It will whisper to you that nothing has changed, that you are the same lazy, broke, aimless person you have always been. It will taunt you with your past mistakes and try to drag you back into the identity you are trying to escape. That voice must be silenced firmly. The old version of you only survives if you keep feeding it with words. Each time you repeat your new identity, you take energy away from the old one, and eventually it fades into nothing. Identity shapes action, and once you are convinced deep down that you are a new person, your actions will naturally match that belief without you needing to force them. If you genuinely see yourself as an athlete, waking up at dawn to train won't feel like a chore. If you see yourself as wealthy, saving money and investing wisely won't feel like sacrifice. It will feel natural. If you view yourself as a leader, confidence in your words will come effortlessly. Behavior is always an echo of belief. Shift who you know yourself to be, and the doing will follow with ease. The history of every great achiever proves this. They did not wait until others validated them to start acting like who they wanted to become. They claimed it first. They declared it until everyone else could see it. Muhammad Ali repeatedly said, I am the greatest, long before the world acknowledged it. He did not ask for permission. He spoke his identity into existence and forced reality to catch up with his words. Every inventor, every disruptor, every empire builder first decided who they were going to be and spoke that decision until it became their reality. That is how transformation always begins. Your identity is the engine that drives your destiny. Speak as the version of yourself that you are becoming, not the one you used to be. Replace timid self-talk with powerful commands. Say them often, say them with feeling. Say them until your subconscious mind treats them as law and the world has no choice but to bend to match them. When your words and your sense of self match, your transformation becomes unstoppable. Your voice is the most potent tool you own. In a single sentence, you can open the door to freedom, or you can put chains around yourself that drag on for years. Most people don't recognize this truth. They speak thoughtlessly, but every phrase is a seed planted in the subconscious mind, and every seed eventually grows. Whether you are planting weeds or planting fruit is up to you. Think about the words you casually say every day. People constantly throw out phrases like, "I'm so broke," "I'm exhausted," "I'll never get this right," as if they are harmless jokes. But the subconscious mind takes these words literally. It doesn't hear them as a joke. It hears them as orders. Every time you say, "I can't," you are giving your subconscious an instruction to shut the door. Every "I'll never make it" becomes a command to quit. Every phrase of defeat tightens invisible chains around you, slowly conditioning you to expect mediocrity. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine replacing those careless words with intentional, empowering ones. "I will win." "I am worthy." "I am unstoppable." These words are also commands, but instead of locking you up, they unlock you. They open doors and allow possibilities to come into your life. Words are never neutral. They are either creating your freedom or building your prison. When you say, "I'll try," you are giving yourself permission to fail. When you say, "I will," you are laying a straight road to success. Napoleon Hill said that your words are orders to your destiny. You cannot talk victory one moment and defeat the next and expect clarity. Your subconscious cannot follow conflicting instructions. It will obey whichever message is strongest and most consistent. So what message are you sending? Are you programming freedom or chaining yourself to limitation? Doubt always begins small. One moment of weakness, one statement of fear. You roll out of bed and sigh, "I'm tired." You hit a challenge and say, "This is too hard." You make a mistake and tell yourself, "I'll never get it." Each phrase seems tiny on its own, but repeated over and over, they poison your mind and rewrite your identity. Over time, you begin to see yourself as someone who is tired, who is unlucky, who cannot win. And then reality matches that belief. That is why you must guard your words like a soldier guards a fortress. The enemy is always waiting for a gap in the wall, and sometimes you are the one opening the gate with your own words. Your tongue must become a weapon of power, not a traitor to your destiny. Train it to serve you, not sabotage you. Replace words of weakness with words of strength. Replace fear with certainty. Replace hesitation with courage. When you feel like saying, "I am exhausted," say, "I am full of life and energy." When you feel like saying, "I can't," replace it with, "I will find a way." When you are tempted to say, "This is too difficult," declare, "I am stronger than this situation." At first, this will feel awkward, but repetition forges belief. Every time you speak words of power, you are carving a groove into your subconscious mind. The more you carve it, the deeper it becomes until eventually it becomes a highway that your thoughts naturally follow. Then power becomes your default response. Your words don't just shape you. They shape the people around you as well. When you speak fear, you drain others. When you speak faith, you elevate them. You have felt this before. Someone spoke with such conviction that it moved you, that it made you feel stronger just hearing it. You can be that person for your family, your friends, your community. When your mouth speaks life, you don't just change your own reality. You change everyone's reality who hears you. The simplest way to take control of your words is to start catching yourself. The moment you hear yourself say something negative, stop. Don't let it slip by. Interrupt it immediately and say out loud, "Cancel that." This signals to your mind not to accept that statement as truth. Then replace it with a stronger statement of power. For example, instead of saying, I'm broke, say, money comes to me because I create value. Keep doing this consistently and you will retrain your brain. Soon negative speech will sound wrong coming out of your mouth and powerful language will flow naturally. Your voice is not just a sound maker. It is the pen writing the script of your life. Every sentence you speak writes another line of that script. Choose words that write a future you actually want to live. Never casually speak defeat. Never casually call yourself weak. Speak only what lifts you higher, what strengthens your spirit, what points you toward victory. Because in the end, your words will either shackle you to a life you do not want or free you to step into greatness. And the choice is yours. Emotion is what turns words from empty air into forces that can change your life. Words without feeling are like arrows with no bow. They fall short. They may sound pretty, but they don't stick. But when your words are loaded with conviction, passion, and energy, they become a driving force. Emotion is the electricity that powers words. Without it, affirmations are lifeless. With it, they are irresistible commands to your mind. Your subconscious doesn't react to empty words. It reacts to the strength behind them. Saying, I am strong, without feeling is like knocking lightly on a locked door. But saying, I am strong, with fire in your voice is like kicking that door open. Emotion bypasses rational doubt and engraves the statement deep into your identity. This is why some speeches can shake nations, not because the words are perfect, but because they are spoken with passion that cannot be ignored. Your brain learns through repetition and through emotion. Repetition builds grooves, but emotion deepens them 10 times faster. Think of your most vivid memories. They are filled with emotion. The joy of a huge victory, the pain of heartbreak, the thrill of a moment you'll never forget. Emotion stamp those events into your brain forever. The same works for the affirmations you speak. Add emotion to them, and you stamp them into your subconscious like permanent ink. The easiest way to bring emotion to your declarations is to use your body. Stand tall, breathe deeply, use your hands. Act the way someone would act who already has what you are claiming. Your body will trigger the emotion. Then raise your voice. Speak with energy and certainty. Doubt has no power when it is shouted over by faith. Visualize what you are saying. Don't just say the words, see them, feel them. Imagine that it has already happened. Thank life for it. Gratitude fills your words with warmth and authority. Don't just whisper, I am confident. Proclaim, I walk with confidence. I speak with authority. I was born to lead. Feel how different that sounds. It's not about the phrase. It's about the fire behind it. There will be days when repetition feels flat, when the weight of life tries to drown your faith. Those are the days when emotion becomes your strongest weapon. On those days, you must speak twice as loudly, twice as passionately, until the fire of your words burns through the fog of doubt. History is full of examples. Leaders whose passionate words gave courage to millions. Churchill's speeches rallied a nation not because they were eloquent, but because they were charged with unbreakable resolve. Ali's boasts electrified crowds, not because they were clever, but because he said them like they were already true. Great creators and visionaries spoke with intensity until their words bent reality around them. But beware of turning affirmations into empty chants. If you repeat phrases without emotion, they lose their power. They become mechanical, and your mind stops believing them. Don't mumble through your affirmations like a machine. Stop, breathe, see the vision, feel gratitude, then speak them with fire. Words without emotion are powerless. Words with emotion become unstoppable. Speak as though the world must obey you. Speak until your entire body vibrates with certainty. When your words carry emotion, they do more than change your beliefs. They change what you attract. They shift your entire reality. Every word is like a signal being broadcast from your mind. Your thoughts are not private. They are sending out a frequency. If you constantly broadcast weakness, life sends you more weakness. If you broadcast power, life aligns with that power. Your subconscious is like a transmitter, sending out a signal with every thought, every phrase you repeat. The universe picks up the frequency and arranges events, opportunities, and people to match it. Most people don't realize they are doing this. They say things like, I can't, I'll never make it, as if it means nothing. But they are broadcasting failure and life is tuning in perfectly. The moment you start saying, I am powerful, I am wealthy, I am unstoppable, you change the station. You begin broadcasting a frequency of victory, and life starts to rearrange itself to match. A weak signal comes from doubt, saying things like, I hope, or I'll try. A strong signal comes from conviction, saying things like, it is mine, it will happen. Nothing can stop me. Life does not respond to uncertain whispers. It responds to clear, repeated, powerful commands. Successful people have trained their minds to stay tuned to a winning frequency. They speak possibility, not limitation. They speak abundance, not lack. They speak certainty, not fear. They aren't lucky. They are consistent broadcasters. Day after day, they send the same message until the world aligns with it. You can train your mind to do the same by building simple rituals. Begin your day with a declaration of strength and focus. At midday, pause and ask yourself, what am I broadcasting right now, faith or fear? Then correct it if needed. At night, speak your identity again so it becomes the last message your subconscious hears. This consistency keeps you from sending mixed signals. If you speak power in the morning but complain all day, your broadcast is scrambled. The subconscious listens to the loudest and most frequent message. That is why you must be disciplined and consistent. Every word either strengthens your broadcast or fills it with static. When you add emotion to your broadcast, you supercharge it. A passionate declaration sends out a much stronger wave that life cannot ignore. Whisper your truth, and maybe only you will hear it. Shout it with conviction, and the entire universe will hear it. Your life is a perfect reflection of the station you are tuned to. Speak weakly, and you get a weak life. Speak powerfully, and your life grows powerful. Eliminate doubt. Declare strength. Broadcast with so much faith and clarity that the world has no choice but to match it. Doubt is the quiet killer of dreams. It spreads through your mind like ink in water until everything is cloudy. A single ounce of doubt can outweigh a pound of faith. If you do not crush doubt when it first appears, it will steal the future that belongs to you. Failure at least teaches you something. Doubt teaches you nothing. Failure says you tried and need to try again differently. Doubt convinces you not to try at all. Doubt wears disguises. It dresses up as wisdom, as caution, as humility. It tells you to wait for a better time. It tells you not to embarrass yourself. It convinces you to play small. But it is always the same enemy. Fear in a clever disguise. Every time you obey it, you surrender power. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot say, I will succeed in the morning and spend the day wondering if you will fail. The subconscious will always follow the stronger signal, and doubt weakens the signal of belief. That is why so many people feel stuck. They speak affirmations but think fear all day. They are sending mixed messages and getting mixed results. Faith must be sharp, pure, and absolute. You must silence every whisper of what if with this will. The way to crush doubt is not to politely reason with it. You must cut it off decisively. The moment you hear, what if I fail? Interrupt it. Replace it with a strong command, I will win. Failure is temporary, I rise again. Say it with energy, feel it in your body. Repeat it until belief takes root. Doubt dies when it is starved. Belief grows when it is fed. Failure is not your enemy, doubt is. Failure is temporary. Doubt can last a lifetime if you let it. Doubt paralyzes brilliant people and keeps them from even starting. Build your mind into a fortress where doubt cannot enter. Never say, I can't. Every time you do, you open the gate for doubt to grow. Instead, declare, I am success. I am powerful. I am unstoppable. Surround yourself with people who feed your belief, not your fear. Every time doubt whispers, use it as fuel. Let it light a fire under you. Great achievers are not people who never felt doubt. They are people who never surrendered to it. They used it as proof that they were on the right path. They let it push them to fight harder. Doubt kills silently. You must crush it loudly. Declare with fire, replace hesitation with certainty. And when doubt whispers, answer louder, I will, I must. I cannot be stopped. You are issuing commands to your mind every single day, whether you realize it or not. The only question is whether you are commanding victory or commanding defeat. Most people are leaders of an army they cannot control, the army of their thoughts and words. Without discipline, that army destroys their own dreams. To live with power, you must take command of that army. You must sit in the seat of authority over your mind and issue orders that shape your future. Life does not respond to wishing. It responds to commanding. Words are not suggestions. They are instructions. Every time you say, I can't, you tie your own hands. Every time you say, it is mine, you unlock the door to get it. Speak casually and you drift. Speak with fire and you move mountains. A true commander never speaks with hesitation. His voice is clear, sharp, decisive. Train yourself to do the same. When you look in the mirror, don't plead for change, order it. Don't hope for strength, declare it. Don't wait for permission, take authority. Repetition is how commands become law. A single command may light a spark, but daily repetition builds unbreakable certainty. Morning and night, speak your destiny until it is burned into your subconscious. Speak until your heartbeat matches your words. Say, I am powerful. I am worthy. I attract wealth and victory. My destiny is sealed because I said so. The subconscious does not argue, it obeys. Once it accepts, your life begins to shift. Words without feeling are empty. A command without passion is just noise. Charge your words with emotion. Speak as though you are a king, not a beggar. When your words burn with emotion, they stamp themselves onto your subconscious